Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and audience. I'm Bill Fountain. For about the past 15 years, I have been concerned about helping children. And I did this as a teacher, as a volunteer pilot, and also kind of monitoring what's going on with the CMS. And I've read and witnessed a rise in depression among our middle and high school students. Now, according to Columbia University, there has been a rise in depression, but more rapidly, it's kind of strange about this, more rapidly among the youngest and the oldest of people, of age groups, of whites, and of the lowest and of the highest income, which was a kind of a surprise to me. And this rise in depression has also been associated with what they also witnessed was a rise in the number of drug use and in the, I guess they call it overdose, drugs, death, and then suicide. So why is this increase? What's going on? Well, we know that depression can result from a lot of different things. You know, for instance, like social pressure, or as I mentioned right here about social pressure, or your family separations could be some of those consequences. But they've also found that the victim mentality is also a contributor to that, and they share actually a little bit of the same results. In other words, of hopelessness and lack of self-esteem, which leads people to some of those things I talked about earlier about the possibility of drug overdose, etc. So we also learned too is that while the depression can cause from the different types of things, it is still generally considered a mental illness, whereas I guess you would call it the victim mentality is a learned behavior. So how do we deal with this? Well, according to the Mayo Clinic, is that by embracing forgiveness, you're actually you're embracing peace and hope. And with that, that's going to give you a lot better situation. Also, they found is that with that improvement in the way of that response, that people are going to flourish with that. They've also found that it takes though one important thing to embrace this, I guess, forgiveness, is that what's going to happen with that is that they're going to find that people are actually going to grow in both personal, emotional, and in spiritual well-being with this forgiveness. However, there's something that's very difficult to do, and that's to make an intentional decision to step away from resentment and anger. Also, the magazines of psychiatry of today and the Scientific America, or Scientific America, have almost also been saying that we should step away from the victimization mindset and get away from that and work on to our, I guess we call self-accountability. So in the summary is that forgiveness offers us an awful lot of benefits, and particularly hope and peace. So thank you for your attention.